friends, happy Witchy Wednesday. I'm going to show you how to take off your straps and install your replacement straps. Flame is not required, but it does make things a little bit more fun, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's get into it. First, we got to take this off. So we have these little aglets or end caps here, and I always like to have the right side be the one that I'm taking on and off. So I'll just do it like that, but you can kind of see at the top of this, there is a little bit of a line, and that's how it separates. And if you roll it around, you can kind of see that every one has this little tag, almost like a little piece of plastic that's kind of sticking out. And you just kind of get your thumb under there or a little flathead screwdriver, and you just separate it from that line. This part can be a little tedious, but it's not too bad. And then from there, you just kind of got to push your knot out of the wider end of that end cap, and then you're going to want to unknot this. So I made these straps a little bit longer so that you could just cut it off. So if you can't get this little end cap off, or if you can't get your knot unknotted, you can just cut it. So then you just take that little end piece off, you push your toggle, and you slide this out. Slide it out of your hat, and then set all that aside. And this right here is the replacement. I already kind of set it up for you. So you have this part done. The end cap's already on there. It's already kind of threaded through the left side of the toggle. I kind of always work left to right for this. And what you're gonna do is from underneath the hat, you're gonna put it through that hole coming towards the outside of the hat. You go around, and then this one you go down and pull it through. From there, you take this, and I taped it so it's easy to get through this part in particular, but push it, and then you slide that through there, pull it through, and then to do the little end cap piece, you want to slide it through the more narrow end and come out the wider end of that, and then knot it. I like to knot a little bit on top of the tape. That way, if you don't want to burn it, it's still sealed with that tape. And one trick to these knots is you kind of want it to be a little bit more narrow instead of wide. So like right here, you can kind of see if your knot is like that, it's a little bit wider, whereas if you kind of stretch it like this, I hope you can see that. It just fits better in this piece if it's just a little bit more narrow. Then you can cut, leaving like a millimeter or two at the end. You don't have to burn it. I like to burn it just really quick to melt those end fibers so that they don't fray. Push this all the way down, and you're gonna pull, 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 so that knot gets all the way up into this really narrow part. That way you can put this back on, just push it in. Sometimes if the knot's a little thick, it might help to push it down on a hard surface. And you don't even really need to do these little pieces. I just like the way they look, and I'm always gonna include them. But you could just knot them too. Knot them, melt them, call it a day. That is how you replace your ties. I hope it's not too bad. There's a little bit of assembly required with these, but I think it's so fun. And a big reason why I love these sunbound hats is because, you know, it kind of is customizable to represent you and your special kind of magic. So that's that. Let me know if you have any questions. Email me if you have any problems. I am here to help you. Bye.